So let's try this again. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. Thanks for everybody being here. I'm going to start easing it up so we start a little bit earlier. I would like to get it so we start at, let's see, it would be 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. So I'll send out a note on that, and we'll get going a little bit earlier. Um, I just sent a big email out this morning in case you don't get it. I'd like to try something a little bit new. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Eastern, if you want to be here in the room. No password required. We're going to do a little market recap, maybe look at some charts. I don't know. Bring donuts. If you have any Twinkies, bring those and share them with everybody. Bring your coffee. We'll keep it to about an hour or something. We'll just see what happens, and we'll see what's going on. So, hope to see you here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Eastern. No password required. Everybody come. Invite your friends and neighbors. Okay, let's take a look at the SPY. Closed underneath the 50 yesterday. I'm still looking at about 143. Here, let's get a little fancy here. I'm still looking about this 143.72 as a target up here. Assuming, of course, we get through the 50-day simple. That's in its own right. That's some pretty good resistance. But let's see what happens today. If the market can hold the T-line, and that would be right pretty much in that area right there. If the market can hold the T-line, stay trading in this area, absolutely still bullish. If we fail the 50 today and we do come back, but we hold up in this area, I'm still quite bullish. I would not look at that as any bearishness at all. If we put in a big old bearish engulf, maybe something like that, but just a nice little candle in here. I'm not going to be too bearish at this point. Of course, we know the market's going to be pulled around by the nose from the I'll keep it nice, the boys and girls in Washington. So we'll have to watch what the candlesticks do, watch a little bit of news. If we do start failing this area, I suspect this will be the new target to the downside if we start failing here. I think we're going to come back, maybe retest these lows of day before yesterday, the 50-day simple moving average, which I will still look at this as a bullish chart. This is just some consolidation right here. Of course, if we break down here, all bets are off. Bullish just went to bearish, big time bearish. So this is kind of a key support area right here. Okay, let's take a look at the stock picks. Uh-oh, I need to go find them. Oh, there they are. Okay, we've got 13 of them today, quite a few. Let's do our stock pick of the day first. We'll do ZIP. ZIP is a stock pick for the day. Let's see here. What we've got is a nice trending chart. We've got a rally up, little pullback, and we're rallying up right there. We've got a four-bar downtrend, a bullish Hiromi. You see the bullish Hiromi right there. We've got a little gap up. What we need to see is trading above this area right here, which is about $8. This is where we want to be. Breakout buyers, an entry over $8.48 right here. We're going to look at a target of about $8.97 up into here, and then we have the 200-day moving average. I do realize on the morning note it's 299 SMA. It's supposed to be 200 SMA, so up right in here. So up. Of course, all this hinges on this breakout. So we've a recap here. We've got 897, then the 200-day simple moving average on ZIP. That's the feature stock pick for the day. ACTV pinball setup, one of our stock picks today. We've got a nice little bottom. It looks like it's forming right here. We have a nice little doji gap up, little bull kicker. We're looking for a target up near the 34 EMA. This is typical pinball rules. We want to look to take a few profits up there and buy on strength anything over the T line. So that's what I would be looking for. Anything over the T line right there. Be looking at buying right in there. Next one we have is ESI. This is another pinball setup. We've got that bottom right in there. You can see how we've little doji. We've closed up over the 34. I'm looking for. Let's see if we can. Well, let's see if we can do this. Any kind of buying in this area. There we go. That's a little bit better. Any kind of buying in this area right here is what I would look for. Using the T line as a stop. The whole idea behind the pinball setup is we're looking for stocks that are pretty much oversold, looking to snap back up, and I'm using the 34 as that snapback target. Let's keep in mind, this is in a downtrend. This is not a bottom yet. This is trying to build a bottom, and we have seen many failed bottoms. So this has to work from the get-go. You can't give it any chances. With that in mind, the reason this is the buy area right here is we want to buy as close to the T-line as absolutely possible. If it starts running up here and you buy up here, you can certainly do that, but no way in the world would I use the T-line as a stop. That's just much too far down, way too far down there. So we want to buy in this area. An inside day would be very nice. T-line stop. You keep your risk right to a minimum, and then we're looking for a target of the 34 EMA. That's the first target. Raise your stop, take half off, and then if it starts breaking out, we look for about the 50-day simple moving average as a target right there. Next stock we have is ZLS. This is a rounded bottom play right here. Let's see. Let me get rid of that. This is a rounded bottom breakout play. Let's get my little tools over here. You can see the nice little trend to the upside. And when a stock starts trending, it stays in a trend till it's no longer a trend. As corny as that sounds, it's the truth. You can see how we moved up, and then you can see that little pullback right there. We moved up a little bit of consolidation. We gapped up, and look at the consolidation we have now. All we're doing is looking for this trend to continue. We're looking for it to continue with the target up near the 200-day simple. So we want to trade this. I would be looking at trading this anything in here. As long as it can hold above the 50-day simple, we've now jumped over that resistance. It's now support. Any kind of consolidation, I would look at buying in here with the anticipation that it moves sideways and then up, continuing to follow this trend, looking for that target up there. Very easy. DVR, another one. DVR formed a belt hold, bullish engulf. From there, it's rallied up. You can see the little pullbacks it has. There's a little pullback right there, little pullback right there. Bullish engulf. Bullish engulf closed over the 50. Good follow through. So what do we expect to happen? We expect that trend to continue moving up. We don't expect this trend to move straight up like that. Anyone who thinks that, you're wrong. Sorry to be straight up front with that, but you're wrong. What we're looking for is this chart to pull back, buy a little, sell on some strength, let it pull back, buy a little, sell on some strength, let it pull back, buy a little, sell on some strength. Somebody might be saying, well, why, if it's going to do this, why not just hold it? You certainly can. Nothing wrong with that. We're just simply looking at buying and selling the peaks and valleys. The one little piece of thing we don't know is that on this peak, we'll just use this peak right here, and on some sort of a pullback, we don't know if that pullback is going to stay here or come down to here or here or here or here or here or here. That's why I want to sell the runs, buy some pullbacks. Sell the runs, buy some pullbacks. Next chart we have is SZYM. Boy, I'm seriously running out of time here, aren't I? SZYM, nice little pinball setup. We've got a bullish Hiromi right in here. Bullish Hiromi, 1, 2, 3 candles of follow through. Little consolidation today would be nice. Holding over the little consolidation would be nice today. And then if it showed strength over the T-line and the 50, strength meaning just positive trading over the T-line and the 20. I think I just said the 50, meant the 20. I would look at buying this. The trend looks like it's doing something like this. We're going to expect the 50 and the 34 as the targets. 34 is always the first target on the pinball setup, and then we can go for the 50 up here. MHR. MHR is a rounded bottom breakout. It's moved up. If it wants to put in some consolidation, that is perfectly fine. We'll look to buy this consolidation and then run it up to the 200-day moving average right in there. GTAT. GTAT's a nice looking pinball setup. You can see how it's starting to trend up. It's moved up to the right, closed over the T-line, so we're looking for a T-line buy. Needs to close, about right there, above about right there. We're looking for that 34 EMA and then the 50 as target. I have a lot of pinball setups on here today. Quite a few of them were presented yesterday. Let's see, Pano moving sideways. Got that nice sideways right in there. We've started a little move up. We have this doji right here, gapped up over the T-line. We're looking for this to continue to the upside. 34, 50 are targets, 1 and 2. We'll worry about anything above that after we surpass the 50-day simple. Must close above the T-line. See, how's my time going? Okay, 5 minutes. NKTR, another pinball setup. Moving sideways, a little bullish engulf, closed up over the T-line. TNK. TNK is another one. Let's see here. TNK. We'll just put a little trend line on there. Look how we have this little bottom, and then see how it moved up, and then it pulled back. A bullish engulf. Had some follow through. Look how it broke out. Broke out of this candle's high right here. This is an excellent looking chart here. Want to be buying this on any strength above the T-line. You do want to keep your buy somewhat tight. I probably should have drawn that a little bit lower. So keep your buy a little bit tight, close to that T-line, and then we'll be looking for the 34 and the 50 as targets. AKAS. AKS, another pinball setup coming from the bottom. We have a little hammer here. See that little hammer? Then we've got the series of dojis. You know, I talk about this all the time. This is what charts do. Charts move up. You can see how this has moved up, and then you can see how it consolidated for a couple of days, and then you can see how it's starting its trend again. A trend will stay a trend as long as it stays within that trend until it's negated. So the big trick here is to define what your trend is, and just to blanketly say, well, let's see, you know, a lot of people use the 20's got to be above the 50. That's a very common. Well, that's trending up. Well, okay, that's true. But what if you, as a trader, designate, say, the 2 EMA moving over the T-line is the start of a trend? Right now, it's pretty obvious that 20 is below the 50. So some may say, well, it's not a trend. Well, for that to switch, what in the world do you think made it switch? The shorter trend. It's the shorter trend that rules. It's the boss. It's the king. Because it takes the shorter trend to create a longer trend. Just like when it's trending up, it takes the shorter trend to start a failure to come down below the longer trend. So here's our shorter trend. We use the 2 crossing the T-line. We want to follow this trend up. We know that the likelihood there's going to be some sort of a pullback in there. We know that. We know that charts just don't move straight up like that. We know that charts will move up and then back, up and then back, up and then back. Everyone should know that. So trade that way. There's your trend moving up. We know it moves down. We know it moves up. We know it moves down. We know it moves up. And boom, we're making money. Okay, last one I have. Thank goodness. Long-winded today. Q-Core. Q-Core was on yesterday's list. Q-Core is still a good-looking chart to me. You can see that we have, let's see, we've rallied up. You see a little bit of consolidation. And now we've popped up over moving average support right there. Moving average support. We're in a, if we just come right on the T line, if we just run an arrow up using the T line as our starting point, just keep it as straight as possible with what the T line's doing now, you can see that how things might work out here. We've got a nice little up move, 2 dojis back, good candle yesterday. We're looking for follow through. Again, the likelihood is something like that, not like that. So we want to trade this accordingly. Okay, well that took a long time to do. I better get out of here just for a minute.